Welcome back. This is Elaine and Dennis, and we're doing Teachers on the Two-Step in round dancing. Now today we are going to look at the Charleston. The Charleston, it can be done in a very simplified way, and you can expand on it depending upon the style you want to put into it. We will start off simple, we will expand on it, and then Elaine will be doing more with the woman's part. And it involves some more ankle movement, but we'll get into that later. So let's start. It's a simplified definition. It's in standards, round dance standards, phase 2, and it is under the two-step. So the basic definition of the Charleston, now it can be done either in butterfly or in closed position. Most of the time you'll see it in butterfly. You may see it in half open, is to take a step forward with the lead foot and point forward. Then take a step back with that trailing foot and then point back with the lead. And that's it. I could easily cue it as forward point, back point, step forward, point, back, point. And it's just as easy to say, do the Charleston points. Or just Charleston, okay? So that's really it. That is the basic. Again, we will expand upon it, but let's just look at it to the rhythm of the music. This particular song is called The Cincinnati Red, and it was written in 2001 by Carl and Carol. So we're just gonna do a basic Charleston point step. Ready? Charleston, go. Step, point, step. Again, Charleston, step, point. One more time. 1, 2, okay? And that's essentially all you need to do when it's cued Charleston if you don't know the Charleston. Now let's just add a little bit to it. What I'm going to do in adding to it, really, is just bringing my foot around instead of straight forward. So as I step forward, I'll bring my foot around and point, circle back, then bring my foot around and point, and then step forward. Okay, so it looks like this. It would be forward, swing the foot, point, back, swing the foot and point, okay? And as I step, I just swing the foot around, back and swing the foot around. And that's it. I'm just adding a little bit of motion to it in a circular path, okay? So let's just do that to music, and then we'll continue to expand. All right? Charleston, go. 1, 2, 3, again. 1, point, back, and swing the foot around. Okay. All right, now as you probably noticed, I didn't swing the foot around too much on the inside because I didn't want to have a collision between her inside foot and my inside foot. So I stepped in a very little arc, whereas with the outside foot, I made more of an arcing motion. Okay? Now, when I first started dancing with Elaine, as she had learned the Charleston, wasn't so much to take a step forward and then point, but it was to start off with the point and then go back and point and then step forward. All that does is switch things around, whether the point or the step comes first. It doesn't matter, but it's nice if both of you are on the same page and you both started off with points. Otherwise, I'd be taking a step while she pointed, and then we'd kind of be, off from each other. So, what we'll do now is do the Charleston points, but we're going to start with a point, and then step, and then point, and then step. So let's do that to music. I don't think we need to work. Do we need to work it? Yeah, we can just work it, I guess. All right, so we'll point first, point, step back, then point and forward again, point, step back, point, and forward. And that's it with starting with the points, as opposed to starting with that forward step. So let's do that a little bit to music. Ready, Charleston, go. Point, step, point, do it again. Point, step, one more time. Point, step, do it again, I like it. Do, 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 do. You keep going like this. Okay. Well, what we did was the Charleston in its simplest way. I didn't want to expand on what Elaine is going to lead into now with the woman and the extra bounce. Yeah, that's something you could put in. Let me just add this more to it. If it bounce, when we do the Charleston, we can do a point and back and just bounce a little bit. And all the bounce is you're just going to go down just slightly and push back up. 1, 2, 3, 4. Your feet don't have to leave the ground. We're not hopping here or something like that. We're just going back and forth with a little bounce. Just bend your knees and the minute you start to bend them, straighten back out again. Okay, up and down like that. Let's do that to music. I like that. Yeah, we can show them that. But let's just we'll do the Charleston with a little bounce. That's what the music tells us to do. It tells us to bounce. Just a simple point forward and then go. Ready? Charleston, go. All right. Now, Elaine had mentioned about doing it in closed position. And there are a few songs which do the Charleston, they say do it in closed. Now, if we do go to closed position and do it, the lady obviously can't go forward and the man go forward at the same time. So the man is going forward while the lady goes back. In other words, if we were in open and she went back first and I went forward, it would look like this, all right? Point, step, point, step, see? Step. And that's what it does feel a little odd. So we're in close, she's going back first, and we'll do a point, step, point, step, point, step. Now notice we're kind of leaning a little bit too, aren't we? Now, if you're doing it by the definition, then it would be a step, then point, step, point, step, point. And we do like to put a little bit of swing into it. I mean, how can you not put some swing into it when you got a jazzy band playing? Okay, so that's how it's done in closed position. Let's do that to music a little bit, why not? Closed position. I'm going to do step. Wow. I'm going to do steps, then points. Ready? Charleston, go. Step, point, step. Step, point, step, point. Okay? Anyway, that's the Charleston. Nice and turn off. Nice and simple and step, point, step, point. What we will do now is I'm gonna take a moment and switch the mic over to Elaine, and then she will expand on the woman's part. I may get behind the camera so that I can zoom into her feet a little bit so the ladies can take a better look at them. But I tell you what, did you want to demo it first a little bit? And then do it? All right, well, so this way she could do her part while I do the simplified part that the men will be doing. We will do it. All right, let's do it. Ready? Go. 1, 2, 3. Notice her twisting ankles. And I'm just doing the basic Charleston. And I can hop too, but don't expect me to twist like that. We'll do jazz hands. And so let me put the music on and we'll just show that a little bit with the music. Ready? Charleston, go. Oh God, I can't do that. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is get behind the camera. We're going to switch the mic, and she will, in her way of doing it, explain how her feet are moving. Okay? Hang.
Hi, I'm Elaine McKennis, and I'm here at the Shoe Leather Express in Gloversville, New York, and I'm going to be teaching the Charleston the way I learned it as a tap dancer as a young girl, all right, which is the point, step. And I'm going to teach it for the women and the ankle work that is needed. So I'm going to turn my back on you, all right, pardon my back, but Dennis is going to zoom into my feet so that you're going to follow me looking at your television set or monitor and do the same footwork that I'm doing. Okay, so Dennis, you tell me when you're ready on my feet.
I am ready.
Okay. So the basic thing is point with the right foot, step, shift your weight on the right foot, point with the left foot back, step on the left foot. All right, so let's just practice that first. Back, step, point forward, step back, left point back, step left forward, right point forward, step back right, point left back, step. So without my words, follow along. Okay, so now to get the ankle work. The idea is when you point forward with the right foot, your heels are going to go in. All right, so just try getting into that position. Your right foot is pointing like 1 o'clock and your left toe is pointing like 10 o'clock. All right? There is no weight on this right foot. It's just a point. It's a touch. So there's a touch. Now, when you come back to step on the right foot, your heels are going to turn out as you're stepping back. When you step on the right foot back, your heels are going to go in again. So there's no weight on the left front foot. There's all your weight on the right back foot. All right? So once again, stepping forward with the left, your heels go out. Shifting the weight to the left foot, point right, your heels go in. So a little more quicker. So out, in, out, in, out, in, out, in, out, in, out, in. All right? And you can think of it as the out is and 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, and 1. Shift the weight forward. And 2, and 3, and 4. So let me try a little bit faster, but not too fast so you can see it. So, and 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, and 1, and 2, and 3, and 4. So, Dennis, can you put some music on?
Sure.
And we'll try that. Ready for the touch? 5, 6, ready, go. Touch and touch and touch and touch. Notice I'm dancing on my toes. This is how you're going to have to do this to keep your ankles going. Now at home you can slow down and go back over this. Touch touch, touch, touch. Okay, stop the music. Let me show it to the side so you can see it sideways. I hope I'm doing this is okay for you guys. All right, so once again, and is going to be like the out part. And you can have your elbows out, your hands out, okay? So, and touch, 1 o'clock and 10 o'clock for the toes, and touch, and touch, and touch, and touch. Back, back, forward, forward, back, back, and forward, and forward, and back, and forward, and forward. All right, you want to try that with music? Of course, you're holding on to your partner for balance, so. Ready with a touch. Touch, step, touch, step, touch, step, touch, step, touch, step, touch, step. All right, I'm going to turn around so you can see all different points. Now I'm going to turn my back to you. So do the same thing I'm doing. Right, right, left, left. Right, right, left, left. In. Okay? I hope that helps.
Well, I hope you enjoyed that and were able to get something out of that video with Elaine trying to teach you a little bit of close-up on some of the nice movements when trying to do the Charleston. Okay, so that worked out well. What we are going to do now is I'm going to put on that Cincinnati Rag song. We won't be doing the dance to Cincinnati Rag. That'll come in a couple of lessons. But I will hash cue so we can really practice doing the Charleston, which happens to be in that dance, and a couple of other rag dances too. What is it, the Amsterdam Rag? That'll be coming out soon. So we will put on some music. We'll dance the Charleston in it. We will be doing point, then step, point, step. We will be doing it our way. You don't have to. I'm just going to cue Charleston. All right. What you do is really between you and your partner. And then I'll throw in some other figures, traveling box, forward two-step, that sort of thing, and just kind of mix it up a little bit. So we'll have a lot of practice. Anyway, let's put on some music. We'll back up. We'll start here. And we'll start with the Charleston. 1, 2, 3, here we are. Get the feel of the beat. Ready? Charleston. Again, Charleston. 2 forward, 2 steps. Charleston. 2 forward, 2 steps. Charleston. Face the traveling box. Charleston. Charleston again. We'll do it twice. 2 forward, 2 steps. Traveling box. Pick her up. 2 forward, 2 steps. Get her in front. Charleston. 2 forward, 2 steps. Charleston. 2 forward, 2 steps. Face the wall, box. Reverse box. Go back, man. Traveling box. Charleston. 2 forward, 2 steps. Charleston. 2 forward, 2 steps. Face the box. Left turning box. Box. To open, Charleston. 2 forward, 2 steps. I did it the other way, didn't I? Charleston. 2 forward, 2 steps. Traveling box. Charleston. 2 forward, 2 steps. Left turning box. Box, don't turn it. Side 2 step each way. Traveling box. Charleston. 2 forward, 2 steps. Apart point. Hey! It's nice when you end it right while you're facing the camera. Okay, so in that dance, we did the Charleston. There are places when I only cued it for once, and then there are places where I cued it twice in a row. And you'll find that out there to be able to do it out there. So anyway, I hope you got something out of this lesson. Again, it can be a very easy figure, and it can be something that you can put a lot of style into it. It really is up to you. Swish the skirts while you're doing it, whatever works. All right? This is Elaine and Dennis with the Shoe Leather Express in Gloversville, New York, and we'll see you next time.